make a special roll called a spider roll. We're going to need 1 deep fried soft shell crab, some cucumbers thinly sliced, some tobiko, and some wasabi tobiko, a little bit of mango, and our spicy miso mayonnaise sauce. So now we're going to start rolling this roll. We're going to start by getting our hands a little bit wet so that the rice doesn't stick. We're going to come over here and we're going to take about 140 to 150 grams of rice. I'm going to start lightly packing it into a ball. It's about this size. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take this and we're going to spread it across the top of our roll. Now we're going to go ahead and do it where we go ahead and pull down towards us, spreading it across the nori. Now we're going to roughly evenly spread the rice. We really want to pay special attention to the edges of this roll, specifically the long edges. We want to make sure that there's a good amount of rice on those edges, and it's nice and flat. After we have some nice edges here, we're going to take it and we're going to flip it over and place it this direction. After that, let's go ahead and take our soft shell crab and we're going to cut it in half. And we're going to do this at an angle. We're going to go ahead and cut in half. Now it's time to go ahead and add some cucumbers. A fairly generous portion of cucumbers. And we want them together, but sticking out of the edges of the roll here. Then we'll go ahead and take our soft shell, and we're going to place it in the middle. Now that we have both of these things in the middle, it's time to go ahead and roll. If you have any leftover legs that have fallen off, go ahead and save them and we'll use them while we decorate. So for this, we're going to take the side closest to us, and we're going to take it and roll it up and around the roll, and we're going to come in and tuck it in nice and tight with the rest of the ingredients inside. Then we'll take it and we're going to roll it nice and tight all the way up. So then we're going to take the makisu and we're going to place it over the top of the roll, and we're going to push down and then in. We want to make sure that there's a medium, even pressure across the whole roll. We're going to hold this for a few moments. After that, we can pull off, and let's go ahead and make sure that the bottom of our roll is nice. It's looking pretty good, especially around the edges. Now that we are here, it's time for us to go ahead and start cutting the roll. This one, since it's short, kind of wide, and doesn't have anything on top, we're going to cut it into 6 pieces. So for this, we're going to go ahead and find the halfway point. Now, we're going to find the edge of the roll, and we're going to move in about 1/4 of an inch or so. And then we're going to give it a cut. Now we have this piece left over here. We'll go ahead and cut this in half. We'll go ahead and do this on the same side. We're going to find the edge of the nori here. We're going to move in just a little bit, and we're going to give it a cut. We're going to take the last leftover piece and cut it in half. Now that we have it cut, we're going to go ahead and grab a plate and we're going to start plating it. So now it's time to start plating and decorating the spider roll. So what we're going to do is we have a nice round plate with a nice center lowered between the rim of the plate. We're going to go ahead and get our hands just a little bit wet so that it helps us handle the roll easier. What we're going to do is we're going to take both end pieces and we're going to stand them up. And as we see, there's a nice curved side here and then there's a nice flat side. We're going to take both flat sides, place them together. Then we're going to come here and we're going to take these pieces, we're going to separate them apart, and we're going to start laying them around the front side. after laying them all around like this, it's time for us to go ahead and start saucing and placing the garnishes on this dish. We're going to take our spicy miso mayonnaise. We want to keep all of our sauce off of the lip of the dish. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the sauce and we're going to just put it right here across the center of the roll, keeping all of the sauce on the inside. Now we're going to go ahead and start taking our garnishes. For that, we have a couple of these leftover legs. We can just go ahead and stick them here to make the roll look even more spidery. Then we'll take our mango pieces. We'll spread them around all over the top. You don't need too much mango. After adding the mango, we're going to start adding our tobiko. After the tobiko, we're going to add our wasabi tobiko. For the wasabi tobiko, we're not going to use nearly as much as we did of the regular. We're going to add maybe about a quarter of the amount. Once you have added all of the tobiko, the dish is ready to go.